welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. My name is Itati, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a very requested video. Lately I have been going over my comments and I've been looking at all of the comments that you guys have been saying what ideas I should do for videos. So I am going to be doing a what brushes and how to blend eyeshadow, how to do eyeshadow, what eyeshadow palettes you should use, which, you know, like brushes, all that eyeshadow 101. So I'm going to be giving you tips, tricks, products to be using, you know, just going ahead and getting into the eyes and really going and showing you guys how to do eyeshadow. Now, just a quick disclaimer, I am not any very professional makeup artist. I am not in any shape or form you know, telling you like, oh, you got to do it like this. Everyone has their different specific ways. This is just the way I do eyeshadow. This is the brushes that I use, the products. So I just quickly want to say that so, you know, I don't get any hate. But yeah guys, so if you want to see how I do my eyeshadow and the tips and tricks that I want to offer to you, then please continue on. So if you have been an OG subscriber for a very long time, you know that I love to use this primer. It is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. This primer is honestly so amazing. I love the applicator and I've had it for about a year and it still is very good. It says that it expires in 6 months. I've had this for about 2 years and I'm still using it, but whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some. If I look to the side, I do have my mirror here next to me. I just want to clarify that real quick. But I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit on my eyelids. I don't like to get too dramatic with it either, so a little bit goes a very long way. There's various different types of ways to go ahead and blend this. You can use a beauty blender, your finger, a brush, you know. I love to use this brush right here. It is by Morphe, and what I love about this brush is that it's very dented. So right here, if I turn it sideways, I think you can see it like this. It's like very, like, you see how it goes down. So I love to use it because you can like tap in the product. So I'm gonna go ahead and dab it into my eye, and this really does help get the product where it has to be. I do love to use circular motions or just dabbing it in there. I really just want to blend it, which is the key. What I love about these eye primers are that it gives you a very, it's like a blank canvas. So you can go ahead and put whatever it is that you need to put on it, the color that you need, and it just gives it such a nice and strong finish. So I love this primer. I've actually been using it ever since I started doing makeup. Well, when I started officially doing makeup, I would never use eyeshadow. But when I started like getting into it, like detailed, I love to use this one. It's the only one that I've ever owned. And I'm telling you, I've had it for a really long time. So I'm going to go ahead and go that. Then I like to pat it with my eye, just making sure that it's all blended out, that there's no harsh lines. So there you go. For today's eyeshadow look, I want to do something a little bit dramatic, but something a little bit nice and soft, so that way you guys can really see how you blend harsh colors, how you blend dark colors, giving you guys a really good and fair, you know, look. The palette that I am going to go ahead and use is the James Charles palette, because this one I just feel like it's so full of colors. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting from my lid and going up. So I am going to go ahead and get this color right here, and we're going to go ahead and pack that. We're going to place some and always take off the excess on the powder. And I'm going to go ahead and place that. Just dab it. You really want to just dab, and I'm trying my best so you guys can see. I'm just dabbing it on the outer of my eye. I'm not doing any blending. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up some more and do the same thing, but put it in my inner corner. It's really important to also see the way you're holding your brush, because if I were to just have dabbed it, it would have gone over here, and we don't want it to look all like a square, you know. We want it to look more like a halo. So we're just really like dabbing it in there. You can use hard motion. That's what I'm doing, like some hard pounding on it. Not too hard though. Doing the same thing for the other eye. You want to pack it on there, and all of this will be blended out. So we do just want to pack the color on there, and then all the blending will start. After doing so, I'm just going to go ahead and get a normal blending brush. This is more of a smaller blending brush. I got this one from Morphe. It's really important. I honestly recommend the palette. The brushes that I do recommend, highly recommend, are the brushes from Morphe. They come like this. There's way more brushes that come with it, but this collection in particular is super duper pretty. I also love the Jaclyn Hill favorites. Those brushes are amazing as well. But I'm going to go ahead and pick up this one right here. super duper small blending brush, and what we're gonna do, we're not gonna get any product. I'm going ahead and just blending inwards this color. So it's the same product that we packed on there. We're gonna go ahead and blend back and forth, and not focusing at all on the lid, just really blending it upwards. So as you can see, I'm like doing circular motions, and then I'm going back and forth. And when it comes to the outer corner, you do also want to do circular motions just to make sure that that's blended out. You can do tappings. It's really important to just really blend until you see no harsh lines. You see the difference from this eye to this eye? There's so much blending going on here, rather than just having some packed on color. So we're gonna do the same thing without picking up any product. We're just gonna go ahead and blend upwards, connect both colors, and just do circular streak motions and just start blending upwards. Quick tip, I am using a very light hand. Even though I'm going super duper fast on it, I'm doing so because I feel like that gives me such a better blend. But make sure to go super duper soft on the hand. Don't go harsh, just like lightly, like if it was a feather, just like lightly go ahead and blend it all out. As you can see, it is already blended out. We don't see any harsh compared to when we first started. It's super duper blended out. Now we want to go ahead and add the transition color. The reason as to, like I said, why we use a transition color, that is the color that you blend the rest of the colors with. That is the color that you want to mainly focus on. With that color, the whole eye look's going to be blended out. So I'm going to go ahead and use this R37 from the Jaclyn Hill Favorites. Excuse me that it's dirty. I'm so cleaning my brushes today. Like I should have before this video, but they wouldn't dry fast. But I'm gonna go ahead and use a transition color. For transition colors, you do want to use something more on the neutral side. You don't want to use a purple as a transition color. You don't want to use a blue, you know, just like the nude colors, soft peach colors, something that's gonna really blend out with the look, making it look very blended out, very neutral, very soft. So for that, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this color right here. It is more like it's like a brown, but it has like orange undertones. Picking it up with that brush, we're gonna go ahead, and what I like to do is I like to start from my inner corner, and I don't even like blend it. I really just like place it on there, and my hand is super duper light when it comes to this step. I'm first just packing it on there, and then that's when I start doing some circular motions and I start to blend it out. And when it comes to the inner corner, you want to make sure to do your eyeshadow inward, not straightward, because if you do, it's going to be like a box eyeshadow. We really want to go in like that. Do that for the do this step for both eyes, and see how this is it's like blended out. It's like super duper blended out. So we want to do that. I love a super duper high eyeshadow. So, you know, like there's some people that just like it like right here, but I like a really high one. So then what I do like to do is going back with the very first color in the first brush that I did use. I'm going to go ahead and pack that same color that I first picked up, and we're going to go ahead and put it again on the outer. There you go. You see how we're like putting on the outer. This time we're using the same brush, but we're going to drag it inwards. So we are using it as our crease shade, and we do want to drag it inwards, not adding any more product. Just using the same amount that there is, but making sure that it blends inward. Now that that is there, what I like to do is I like to get a flat brush. When it comes to shimmer colors or any base lid colors, I love to use a flat brush because that's really going to get the product in. I like to spray it a bit with I love to spray it with some setting spray just so it does get more of a damp and more of a vivid color. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and grab this gold color right here. So we're going to go ahead and grab that on the brush and just place it right on the lid. We're going to place it on the center. You guys see how like with the spray it's super duper more nice, super shimmery. It looks more like glossy, super nice. We're going to go ahead and pick up more of it for the other eye. It looks more intense when it's damped. If you use it with your finger as well, it's very damp. But if you use it with a very dry brush, then you won't get the same result. although there will be that effect, but it won't be as intense whereas you damp the brush. Going back with the first brush, we are just going to go ahead and blend out the shimmer color and the eyeshadow just to not have any harsh lines. Have it really blended out. For brow bone, I do love to use, you can use any like very thin brush. This can really help you get into the place that you need the eyeshadow to go. I love using the Jaclyn Hill palette because they have like 2 shades right here where they're super duper pretty. They're like so soft, so buttery. And you like to just get this below the eyebrow where where there's like that curve. And this just gives a really highlighted effect. It makes your eyebrows look way more cleaner, makes it look glossy, makes it look so pretty. You see where this looks so nice, whereas this looks super plain. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for the other eye as well. If you ever feel like it's too intense, whereas I grabbed a lot of product here, you can use your transition color brush and blend out the brow bone highlight with the eyeshadow to just make it a less intense. And then you can go back and just clean it up a bit more. There you have it. If you do want to go ahead and make it a little bit intense, just whereas it looks a little bit more deep, I'm going to go ahead and grab the same Jaclyn Hill palette with this. This is just like a very pointy and detailed brush as well. This one is super duper soft. You do always want to use brushes that are soft so that your eyes can be very evenly blended. You don't want a brush that's too harsh where it's not going to blend. I'm going to grab a bit of that black shade, not as much, and just going ahead and placing that on the outer corner. And it's going to give me like a super smoky eye, super pretty, blended upwards, blended up towards the crease. And you see how this look right here looks super duper pretty. It can be like to go out with friends, literally for anything. But you see how this is more like a dramatic look, whereas this is too like plain and soft. We're going to go ahead and pick up a bit more of that product for the next eye. Blend it towards the shimmer color and onto the crease, dragging it upwards till everything's blended out without adding any more product. We're going to do that. Soft-handed as always. I really want to express that word because super duper important to use a very light hand when it comes to eyeshadow, especially black eyeshadow, because you do want it to really blend out. So you can do like a V. So when I say a V, is like blending like this. You see, like that, like a V. And then start doing circular motions in the outer corner just so that it can be blended out. Okay, so now I'm gonna quickly pop on some lashes and just start showing you guys how to do the under eye, and you guys will get more information on how to work with the under lash line. So I'm back and I did go ahead and apply some lashes, and I did do the base of my face just because I love to do my under eyes but when I have my base ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the under eyes. So when it comes to the under eyes, I love to apply my eyeshadow with a flat brush. For some reason, I feel like it just blends way better and it just looks super duper better. Grabbing the same brush that we did use for the shimmer, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the shade that we used to blend out the transition color. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this on the lower lash line. And this is just going to give me such a rich, luminous, and it just makes your eyes look way, like, see, if it's like this, it just looks so much prettier. It goes with the eye, whereas if it's like this, it just looks blank. So we're going to go ahead and pick up some more product, apply that in the under eyes. And what I love about using a flat brush is that it really just packs it into the eye. You don't really have to worry about blending because it does that for you. So it's better to use a flat brush than a blending brush, in my opinion. Going ahead and grabbing a very pointed and precise brush. This is the Morphe E18. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a very silver, nice color for my inner corner. This is just, we're just going to pack it on there. And what this really helps us is it makes our eyes pop, makes them look way nicer, way more open. You just look way more awake. So we want to go ahead and do that. Last but not least, I'm just going to go ahead and apply some mascara. And this is the Better Than Sex mascara, and this just tops off the whole look. It just makes it look so like bam, bitch. See how it just gives it like such a popped it just gives it such a popped and alive color. And I love how this look looks. I love how the eyeshadow looks. It just looks so glossy, so nice. My face looks so dewy. We're gonna spray some of this. And there we go. Before ending this video, I'm gonna go ahead and go over some brushes that are my favorites. Some brushes that are so good for blending other than the ones that I used. So definitely, if I have to say what brushes to use, like to just have in general that will really help you, these brushes right here have to be my all-time favorite brushes. I feel like without these brushes you just can't complete such a nice look. I like to just say that if you were to grab the Jaclyn Hill favorites, you're like completely good with. If you were to just spend on that whole brush set, you have a whole face to go with. Always use something that is going to be super duper soft on the eyes. Always go for something that is going to look super, that feels soft and that obviously will get the job done. Always make sure to use a very light hand and to just keep on blending till you get such a blended effect. If you don't get a blended effect, trust me, you're not going to be satisfied. Just keep on blending. Even though you think that you're not, even though you think that you're blending and it's just not blending, you just have to get to where, you know, you're gonna feel like it's satisfied. It always takes practice to get to perfect. I don't even do my eyeshadow perfect. This is, you know, I'm still continuing to practice and practice, but these were just my tips on what brushes I use to get an eyeshadow done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do want to see more videos on my brush collection, maybe just talking about, you know, what brushes I use on an everyday, daily basis, how I clean my brushes, then please let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, I am so grateful for all of you. And I just want to thank you for the 15K. Like, you guys were growing so freaking fast, and I'm just so grateful and so thankful. So stay tuned for such a huge giveaway. I'm going to be ordering some stuff for you guys, maybe even some blending brushes. Stay tuned for that. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.